Hello everyone and welcome to the today topic component testing. In this video we'll know what is component testing, what are the objectives of the component testing, what is the process the testing follow to implement the component testing. To know all these things, let's start the video. Friends, welcome to Abhey, a YouTube testing tutorial channel. Let us gain knowledge on testing concepts. Friends, in this component testing video, the first and foremost thing we are focusing on is what is component. Friends, in the software companies, the developers will not develop entire project in a single instance. They will partition the project into modules by modules. Each module will have some fixed requirements. Each module will be developed by 2-3 developers. The part of the module was developed by a single developer or a part of the module is called as component. It holds a few requirements in the projects. Friends, in this component testing video, let us see what is component testing. In component testing, the testers will test that particular component. The component will dealing with a few requirements. The testers will test in such a way to find out or to validate whether all the requirements which should be present in the component is there or not, and also they validate they are working fine or not. In component testing, they check both usability and behavior of the application. In other words, we can say both functional and non-functional testing is done on this component. Testers will use some inputs and compare the exact output with the expected output and validate whether requirements are working or not. They also check the behavior of the application. For example, more number of users logging into the application and check the stability of the application, and also they find out how much processing time is needed for this component to produce the output. Friends, let us see what are the objectives of component testing. Its main objective is to verify the input-output behavior of the system. The testers will give some input, the application will process and give some output. Just to compare the output with the expected output. If both are matching, they will come to conclusion that the particular requirement is working fine. And they also check the usability of each component, whether the client or the customer is able to use the application very smoothly. And they also test whether the user comprehensibility of the software. That means the end user or the customer should be capable to gain knowledge easily on how to use this software. And also the testing tests the state of each component of the system. For example, if you take to the login page, if you give correct credentials, then you should move to the home page. For example, in case of the bank application, if you enter the wrong password 3 times, then the application should block. The application should move to the block state, not in the ready state. So depending upon the application, there will be some particular states. So if the component dealing with that scenarios, you should move into the correct. Friends, let us focus on the point. What is the process of component testing? As you see in the slide, there are few steps to be followed. The first and foremost one is requirement analysis. So when the testers receive the component, they will know what requirement this component is dealing, and they will plan as per the requirements. The test planning, based upon the requirements, they come to one conclusion what type of testing should be done, whether volume testing or UI/UX testing or just a functional testing is enough, based upon the requirement. In the test specification, they have to come to conclusion what type of software can be deployed in testing process, or what type of test cases can be implemented, what type of test cases can be skipped for this component. Friends, next step is test execution. This is the actual phase where testers perform the testing on this component. They perform both functional and non-functional testing. And the next step is test recording. They used to document all the test cases and what are the pass and fail test cases. And they also record what is the actual output process produced by the component in case of failed test cases. Next step is test verification. Here the QA team verify whether this component meets the requirement standards or not. And the next step is completion. The last phase of the testing process in which results is analyzed. Based upon that, they may reject this component build or not. Friends, in this video, we have seen what is component testing and in-depth details. So in this conclusion slide, let us focus on important points of this component testing. This has an important role in finding the issues. Before processing with the integration testing, component testing is performed in order to ensure that each component of the application is working correctly and as per the requirements. Friends, please click on subscribe button to get notification on the latest video. I request you to please click on like button and share this video to your friends who are eager to gain knowledge on testing concepts. Friends, I heartfully thank you for your lot of support to our channel. I hope it will continue forever.